Hi, I'm Lucas from LW Sonics and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This time I'm gonna show you a nice little trick that comes in handy when programming MIDI drums and to get some human feel to it. So let's get right to it. So, like I said before, if you want to introduce a human feeling to your programmed drum beat, then there are certain tools for that. So for example, if we take, for example, this drum beat we have right here in Reaper, this one, let me show it to you. So here we have this programmed drum beat with our free software instrument, which you can get here. You can get Reaper, and here you can get this free software instrument, which comes with this neat 808 preset already, which is nice. Let's listen to this beat. And so far, so this is pretty boring so far. So what we can do, of course, like in every DAW, we can go and humanize all of this stuff. Let's select all of them and push for me it's the H key. It's in Reaper. And let's mess up the timing, let's mess it up for whatever percent. You see the notes moving. Or let's mess up our velocity. So if you see this, if I move this button, then all the velocities are just randomly adjusted. That's not really what a human being would do unless it's like a bad drummer. So let's listen to it. If we just mess up the timing, like for anything and for any kind of value and mess up the velocity, then it will sound like this, or it sounds like this. Now you can really, a drum take with a good feel, or a programmed drum with a good feel won't sound like this, obviously. Okay, so let's get this back. And we want the drummer to be rushing, which means that he should play the notes earlier. Okay, so we can mess up the timing or adjust the timing like for 20%, whatever. And with the timing bias, we can set it to be earlier. So now it plays the notes earlier, which has a certain feeling to it. Again, without anything. Very, very straight on the beat. And then let's mess up the timing and put it later. So that's played laid back, so the notes are actually played later. And there's already like this kind of cool vibe in there, like this cool feeling when the notes are played after. But what happens when a drummer plays with a really good feel is that he does both. He maybe puts the kick drums in front and plays the snare drums later, or the opposite. And for me, the trick to go after this is actually look at the drum beat and just put my notes where the hits of the real drums and hi-hats and whatever of the drummer are. Get rid of this and don't use this. Cancel. And let's see. I have imported drum track, which was originally played on 92 BPM. And our session is in 88 BPM. So I've adjusted this one already, which means that I cut this up at the 1 and stretched it to fit here. Like all the ones are on the ones. So like, if you listen to this, this is actually, of course, the difference of a real drummer playing it. So let's listen to this one instead. Like a machine, because we haven't messed up the timing anyway. It's just stuck to the grid. So let's get in there and look at those two tracks and put up our MIDI window right here. And Let's see where this is played. So the reason why I started playing at the second bar is because I adjusted the first one already before. As you can see, if we go in here, the bass drums and the snare drums are already a little bit later, because the actual transient, the big one of the bass drum, starts here. So I put the bass drum already. Let's also zoom in here. A little bit back, as you can see. So let's put it back some more. If I click it, you can hear the sound. So. And I let the hi-hat to be played a little bit earlier. So. Then there comes our next hi-hat. Right here, I guess. Yeah, should be a hi-hat. Let's listen to it. And there comes the next snare. And what we have here already is that the bass drum and the snare drum are not moved in the same direction, because the kick drum obviously is played later, like laid back, and the snare drum is played earlier. So this is what I meant before. This is why you can't humanize it or put it in one or the other direction. At least Reaper with the humanizing function you can't. So what I do is I take the drum beat and I put it right on the drum beat, not on the grid. So I hope this was a nice little trick that you guys can use in your next MIDI programming session. And if you like what you saw, you can join me on Twitch every Monday at 9 PM GMT. Follow me on all the social media platforms. The links are in the description below. And also, please subscribe to the channel and get notified whenever a new video goes online. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you next time.